Hello and welcome back. Today's video is going to be a quick review of the Maybelline Instant Anti-Age The Erase Eye Under Eye Concealer. Again, I bought this quite a few weeks ago and I picked it up in Boots for $7.99. You can also pick this up in Superdrug or your various places in the US that I don't know about. So I got the colour Light, which is the lightest shade they do. As you can see, it comes with this nice sponge tip applicator, which looks a wee bit grubby because I have been using it for a while. You simply twist this section up to pump up the concealer up into the sponge. I'm going to go with the pros first and then I'll discuss the cons afterwards. This doesn't crease under my eyes, which is a massive pro for me, because various other concealers definitely crease, especially in around my tear duct where I tend to use it most. Generally speaking, I will only ever apply my concealer here, because that's where I tend to get dark purple and bluey discoloration. I don't really have any dark bags under my eyes, I'm quite fortunate. I'm sure they will come eventually, but at the minute it's just darkness in around my tear duct that I like to cover up, and this doesn't crease in that area. It is easy to blend out. It is a relatively good colour match, although not always, which I'll discuss in a minute, and doesn't cause me any sort of breakout or doesn't irritate my skin. I think it's an okay application. I tend to either use my finger to blend it out or a wee dome brush like this, which is a deluxe crease brush from Real Techniques. I'm not going to show you too closely because it's pretty dirty. Or I just go in with my sponge. Again, it's pretty dirty, so I'm not going to show you too closely, but I'll go in with the tip of that sponge and blend it out that way. Now this again is a bit of a mixed review because I use it specifically for getting rid of dark blue and dark purple discoloration. It can be quite dark, and I sometimes get the odd freckly bit there that comes up darker sometimes. I really want to make sure I've covered that. This is not as opaque as I would like. I would have to go in, blend it out, and then go in again, basically layering it up to get the coverage that I want. I have had other concealers with better coverage. They may end up creasing sooner, but at least I only have to put on one application. This is also, although this is light and it is the lightest shade that they do, it is sometimes a bit too dark for all of my foundations. So with the foundation that I'm wearing today, I'm actually wearing my YSL Touche Eclat, and this is in BR10, which is a pretty good match for me. It is quite light, and coming into autumn winter my skin gets lighter and lighter. I almost become translucent at some points of the year. This is a bit too dark. So if I compare, this is the concealer from Collection and it's in Fair. It's much lighter than the Maybelline concealer. This is definitely much more yellow toned. I don't know, I'm not entirely sold on this. I will continue to use it, but I have been using it for quite a few weeks and it just doesn't really cut the mustard for me, unfortunately. It doesn't give me enough coverage. It is often a shade too dark, so I have to go in with something lighter over the top to lighten the area again, so I have to layer my products in that area, which I really would rather not do. It hasn't beaten my Well Rested from Bare Minerals, which is a powder under eye concealer which brightens the area and also provides coverage, but I just don't like using it all of the time. If I'm using a liquid concealer or a liquid foundation, I would just much rather use a liquid concealer product as well and blend it all out, and then I set my whole face rather than have to do this and then use something else under my eyes and something else, using 20 different products or different types of products to get the same effect basically. I don't know if I'm overly keen on the price point either. $7.99 for this, and because it doesn't work as well as I expected, I'm a bit disappointed, and I'm not sure I would actually spend that money on it again. I will not repurchase this when it runs out, unfortunately. I am wearing it today, so I've put on my foundation and I've gone in with this, and then I went in with a wee touch of my Collection concealer to brighten it ever so slightly, which I don't like doing because I only use a tiny amount of this in around my eyes because it has a tendency to crease. So I should have just used this by itself, but I wanted to try it out again, and this is too dark for the foundation that I'm wearing. Yeah, I'm really not keen on it, unfortunately. It works for some people wonderfully. As with any review, it is very much my opinion. So if it works for you, that's fantastic, and I hope it continues to work for you. It just unfortunately doesn't work for me. But that is everything. So if you've any questions, or if you think I may be using the product wrong, or you have found a way of working it that might be better than myself, I've tried it with my fingers, my sponge and my brush, and I think it blends wonderfully. I think it's fantastic in that sense. I'm not impressed with the fact that it's not opaque enough to cover the darkness in around my eyes. So that is it. Thank you very, very much for watching. Please like if you like, please subscribe if you like, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!